Hi guys, welcome back for the vlog post-tournament at my local. It was a 4-rounder at my local FNM place. So let's start talking about the match I played and what I'm going to change going forward with the deck list. So the first match, not really interesting. It was Sultai Wasteland Live from the Loam type of deck, value town, basically with some days maybe, I don't remember, but yeah, days, frog, Tamio, this type of stuff. It was, I think it's a pretty good matchup, though I have to be aware of the Wasteland plus Live from the Loam lock. So the lock is every turn you can dredge back the Life from the Loam and basically waste me once per turn. And because all my lands are mostly non-basics, I have to play around and keep my fetch and stuff. And it's not that easy because I don't have much fetches. Um, if I have enough land, then I can start to thwart and maybe save my land, but I miss land drops. I don't really know in practice how it's gonna go if my opponent try to do that very actively. I only played the 2 matches where my opponent could do that and they never did try to just wasteland me every turn. So I don't know how it's gonna go because I have Uro, so I can make 2 land drop per turn and I have a Gaia's Blessing, so I can bring back my land, and if given enough time with that, I can start to get the loop going with Mystic Sanctuary and Thwart, and I can just counter every Life from the Loam and not be at the mercy of Wasteland. But yeah, otherwise, not really interesting match. No changes for that. Deck was perfect. Next match, Cephalid Breakfast with Nadu, the classical, like Free of the Saga, stuff like that. Um, Deck was very good against it. I mean, honestly, everything is an answer. Dress down, sort of Plowshare Terminus, Set Adrift, like, and the forces. I don't think it's losable from the, even though the deck can be very fast. As as long as you don't play greedy, you don't tap out for Beanstalk on turn 2, stuff like that. If you respect your opponent and always keep an answer for it, I don't think you can lose the match, honestly. Uh, there may be situations, but just be aware about trying to keep Force of Will for Teferi and keeping the removal for trying to bust Cephalid and stuff. So yeah, no changes, and Carpet of Law was pretty good. It was pretty good in the matchup, to be fair. Next one, Eldrazi. So I was very happy to play against it because it's a matchup I don't play against it often, and I don't know how the deck is faring, how the deck is doing against Eldrazi. And I was pleasantly, I was surprised, happily surprised by my deck. I think it did great. Basically, uh, I lose against every double Mycospawn opener. I cannot do anything about it. That's what I got game 2. Turn 3, it was, well, turn 3 Mycospawn kicked, then Mycospawn kicked, so basically destroyed 4 of my lands and cannot play. And I could have stopped the first Mycospawn with Consign to Memory if I drew it, but I did not draw it, and I was stuck with the Harbinger of the Seas. So game 1, I did counter 2 Cozy Leg command with the Force of Will, even though my opponent had a Karen. And yeah, I won because I bring back a Uro and my opponent had nothing. And I dealt with the Flash Striker. Game 2, I got double Miko Spawn and quickly exited the game without being able to play at all, basically. And game 3, no Miko Spawn. And turn 3, I dealt turn 2 with the threat, and turn 3 slammed Harbinger of the Seas, and another one turn 4, and basically just killed my opponent with 2 Harbinger, and that's it. So I'm really happy with the Harbinger plan, both side, and I'm quite happy with the consign to memory, but maybe I want to cut one Harbinger for one more consign, because I think uh, the the games I'm losing is more about Miko Spawn kicked than anything else, honestly, against Eldrazi. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna keep the 3 Harbinger for specifically Cloud Post, because in this matchup it's mandatory to have the Harbinger, and it was really good against Eldrazi, to be fair. But yeah, that's something I'm keeping in mind. So that was the third match, and the fourth match, it was a rematch from against Painter, a very good player. And once again, I won the game 1 with a fast hero that I was able to bring back. And then game 2 and 3, game 2 I was basically, I didn't play around Magus of the Moon. I got Magus, and of course the Vexing Bubble was here, so I just wasn't able to play the game and lost. And then game 3, very hard to play against. The whole time there was not a lantern, but the new artifacts that exile one card every turn, and then you can pay 6, sack it, and every creature exiled by the artifacts come back as 1/1s flyer. So that card, and it was, yeah, I just lost because he dealt with everything in my every win conditions, and my win conditions were the 3 Harbinger, 2 Uro, and the Thwart, and he dealt with everything. And I think he could have dealt with everything. The 2 games, there was no way for me to win, and bringing in the 3 Harbinger of the Seas did not do anything, honestly, because basically every creature he plays block the Harbinger, and when I have a Harbinger in play, I cannot play any Swords, any Terminus, so I cannot deal with the creature play, and I was basically locked under my own Harbinger of the Seas, so it was not a good plan, it's not enough. And for this reason only, and I think for a time reason also, I want to do the following change. So against Peter, I don't want to bring in the consign or the Harbinger anymore. I think I'm gonna just keep the list as is, but I'm gonna make a big change, a big change in the deck. I'm gonna cut one surgical. I'm gonna put back. I never put that card in the deck. I'm gonna put one Entreat the Angel in the sideboard for basically every matchup that is grindy, for every very grindy matchup where their strategy post board is to try to deal with every win condition of mine. And so the reason is they cannot generate, they are not blue decks, because if they are blue decks, most of the time I can just deal with everything. I can just thwart plus force of will them, and it's enough. So this is for Lens, Painter. I don't have Eldrazi. I think it's fine to get this against Eldrazi too. Not that good, honestly, but against Cloudpost to finish the games faster. And yeah, for time reason too. So I have a win condition, and if I know I need to win the game, I'm in the third game, and I need to win fast, and time is gonna be called, I can just play the game, try to set up a board state where when the time is called, I have a brainstorm and entreat in the angel in hand, and another instant speed draw effects. So I can go end of turn. I play. I set up the entreat the angel, then I play a brainstorm or dress down, and I miracle my entreat, and I play it end step, and then attack with all the angels, hopefully 5, and kill my opponent in one go. Because the games I played against Painter possible, but there was never a spot where he could do anything about that, and I just make sure that to have a win condition that cannot be countered by anything, because the Pyroblast he need to have a painter in play to counter the entry with the Pyroblast, and if I keep my 4 swords and my 4 terminus, there is no way he can keep the painter alive when I try to go for the entreat. And it's very easy to have up to 10 lands in the matchup, so I think this is the big change. I think game ones, it's fine to be like that against Painter, but game 2 and 3 with the Fiery Macabre, and he knows what to do from the start, maybe not in the first game. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna change. And why am I cutting Surgical? What the reason is, I don't play against much Reanimator, and also Surgical it's pretty good against them, for sure, but I don't think I need that to win against them, because I can win through, if I have a Beanstalk, I can win through Atraxa pretty easily, honestly, if I have a good enough card with that. And I can deal pretty easily with the Miracle guy with my own Miracle, the Tyrannus. So being able to counter the Entomb, even though it's pretty good, honestly, and it's gonna give a huge advantage in the matchup. It's not mandatory. It's not as mandatory as the consign against Eldrazi for the Mycospawn. So that's why I'm cutting the Surgical instead of a consign or a Carpet of Flower. And I think the Carpet, I could go to 1, but the card is so good against every blue deck. I don't really want to go down. I don't need more. 2 is, I think it's the perfect number. And 2 Surgical, I think it's fine enough, and I don't need. I think 2 is fine. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the changes I want to make. I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna play that in the next local probably. I'm gonna make a video to make sure to update that I'm playing that, but it's probably this list that I'm going to play. Maybe I'm gonna play a league with that, but yeah, that's all, folks.